Welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. I'm Carolyn McDonald and I'm here with Stephen Mosley to talk about his film Ree's Destiny. Let's take a look at a clip.
I want to dedicate this verse to my firstborn daughter, Destiny.
It's Riri, so you know I got that heat.
Straight from the 445.
Making her debut at the lot, a mama with a trap swag. Y'all give it up for Riri!
Thank you for teaching me the importance of being real.
Stephen, welcome.
Hi, excited to be here.
I'm excited to talk to you about this really wonderful film. So tell me, what was the inspiration for it?
So Ree's Destiny is a mother-daughter coming-of-age musical drama. It follows Ree, a 43-year-old social worker, and her daughter Destiny. Ree is like going through kind of a midlife crisis and decides to follow her lifelong dream of being a rapper, and she signs up to an open mic. And her daughter Destiny is like, hell no, you're gonna embarrass me. No way you're doing this. Yeah, but in her mind, she's really trying to save her family from the embarrassment of this all. And Rhea is determined to kind of like capture and get her dream. And it's about their relationship and how they're struggling with their own agendas. I was inspired actually by my cousin, Cherie. So whenever I was working on another film at the time, I went to my parents and my dad was just like complaining about Cherie. She's like, you know, Cherie, she's rapping about drugs and gang banging and all this stuff. Meanwhile, she has a degree in social work. She has a master's degree. She has 4 kids. Like, what is she doing? And in my mind, I was like, I gotta see this music video. I gotta listen to her music. This seems cool because she's always such like a nice, warm person. And I was like, this dichotomy is really interesting. And I saw her music video for a song she has called 445, which is the area code for my father's hometown of Hempstead, Texas. And like the hook is straight from the 445. I'm rapping a bando, don't cross that county line, down to ride. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And immediately I was like, this is a really great story because there's so much conflict here and how like people put other people in boxes. Like, you are a social worker, you're a mom, you can't do this. You have to follow this path that you are already set upon. So I love the idea of people trying to have a second act or do something different than is expected. And then the conflict that comes with that against their community, even against themselves, and just having that freedom and to explore what they always dreamed of doing. So that was the inspiration for Ree's Destiny.
Right, and a great universal theme and absolutely wonderful. I mean, I was moved about it. I could relate to it having a teenage daughter who is like, Mom, no, don't embarrass me. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I like, and parents come and talk to me about how important it is to see this story because it shows that kids love seeing their parents follow their dreams and how important it is to show your kids that you can follow your dreams.
Right.
So I feel like that was like an unexpected lesson I learned from even sharing this film with people.
Yeah, no, I was totally moved by it and very inspired myself. So talk about the production process, your casting and location. Where'd you shoot this? Did you shoot in Texas?
I shot it in Houston, Texas and Hempstead, Texas.
Okay.
And at the time I was based in LA, and I was like, it's very important for me to shoot this on location. I like set the date, we're gonna shoot this in October, and then the actor strike happened in the summer, and I was always told like even for short films, like you have to have a name, you have to have some, and I was like, you know what, I just wanna do this, I can't have anything hold me up.
Right.
So I shot it non-union. With the help of like my casting director, Jenna Bosco, we searched the Texas area for talent. And the lead is a very hard role to fill because someone has to both act and be able to rap. So we found really good rappers and we found really good actors. Thankfully we found amazing talent, Jess Mahogany on Backstage. She sent in her tape and there's a scene where she's rapping in the car and she sent a tape of her rapping in her car. And I was like, incredible. So I went down to Texas and my dad was there at the time. So we have our own little like road trip movie because we drove from Houston to Austin to San Antonio doing casting tapes, and we found all of our cast there. And I just want to shout out the Texas acting community. There's really incredible talent, super professional, just really great and nice and kind. So I'm really thankful that I went the way that we went. We partnered with a local Houston production company because I didn't really know anybody out there, but I flew out some key team members. I flew out my DP, and we just worked with like local talent and local cast and local crew to make this happen.
Wow, it looks beautiful. I could tell that it has a really nice vibe, and the actings are wonderful. You know, really some great talent on screen, and locations. I really like the locations of the barbecue and the apartment, and yeah, it was really beautiful to see. So, talk about are there any influences of filmmakers that inspired you this process to tell this story?
Yeah, so many. I think that. Something we wanted to do was have a cinema verte style, so you just feel like a fly on the wall, almost like a documentary, so we could just like ease in and just feel like the story is just carrying us through. I really love the storytelling and filmmaking of Terrence Malick, how he uses his camera to discover different things and just like allows the actors to be and exist in a space. Barry Jenkins is a very like influential filmmaker for me in terms of how he really just tells like black stories, the souls of black folk, lets them live and breathe, and also elevates the story with some art house feel in terms of like the music and the style and the vibe, and just like being able to see people of color on screen and be confronted with the joy, the struggle, the pain, and not always being the victims of something. So I really like was inspired by those storytellers.
Right. Yeah. No. It's evident. I'm a big Terrence Malick fan too, and it does feel like you're sitting in the middle and watching this world, you know, or events unfold, you know, while you're sitting, like you said, as a fly on the wall. So talk about how this film influenced you as a filmmaker and as a person. You talked about, you know, going out with your dad to casting sessions and all that. So talk about how, you know, what was your takeaway as a filmmaker and as a person?
So I really set out to preserve my family's history and legacy on film. I really love putting a piece of myself, and because this is such a family story based off my cousin, shot in my dad's hometown, I was really intentional about that. So there's a montage scene where Riri is visiting her social work clients, and like almost everybody in that are my family members. So I have like cousins in there. Like I was like, everybody looks at me, looks like me in this section. I hope no one figures that out. But yeah, I have my cousins in there from different generations, my aunts. There's a moment where there's like a photograph of my grandmother who passed away. I was like, we gotta put this in there. So I really wanted to put parts of me in the film. And that is something that I just, I don't know if it's like a lesson I learned, but I just like love that I did that because it makes the story more personal to me. And I think by making it personal, it makes it more universal. So people could see themselves in the film and see that legacy. Like my dream is to make a feature film in Hempstead and just employ the community and give everybody jobs, because it is like a struggling community, but it's so beautiful and rich in terms of like the stories there, and I just want to showcase that and let the world see a tiny part of America, a tiny part of Texas, and how it can represent and impact the world, you know, with those stories.
Wow. That sounds awesome. So awesome. I really appreciate that. And I think everyone watching will appreciate the way you showcasing your family, because there's communities around the country like that, black communities that, you know, need that showcase and need that shine, you know, through family. And I remember that shot of your grandmother too in the film. I remember that shot. So tell us, where can we follow you and find out more about your films coming up? This one, the journey of this film, and where we can see it. And
yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Once Legends, and our film Instagram is reesdestiny.film on Instagram. And We are going to be streaming on American Airlines in March. So you can, if you're
Fantastic.
flying throughout the country on American Airlines, check us out, give us a mention. And I'm also committed to making a feature film version of this. I have the script and the deck, and I'm just ready to like look for financiers. So if you're a millionaire out there, you want to give me some money, I'm, I'm here for it. And yeah, I just really think it's important that stories like these, stories about dreams deferred, are out there so they can inspire other people to just pursue your dreams with reckless abandon.
Wow, I totally agree with you. Well, again, thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming to talk to us. It's a great film. Yes, if there are any financiers out there, yes, please check out Stephen's project. So have a great day, Stephen. It's
Thank you
great
so
seeing
much.
you.